Hello. Whoa. That's a lot of, whatever that is. 1 second, everyone. 1 second. Wow.
Is somebody's microphone? Is there a microphone?
Hold on.
This is this.
That's a little strange. This is some... Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. I don't hear it anymore. Do you hear it?
Is your volume on that thing?
Yes.
Is that why?
1 second, guys. Sorry. Technical difficulty, guys. Let's see here. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I think it might be because we are live. Corn. Yes. There's a little bit of a delay.
Oh, it's on karaoke mode?
Oh, sorry.
Did you come up?
Yes.
Yeah, why is it so echoey?
That's weird. 1 second. Because of this. Hello, everyone. Can you hear us? Can you guys hear us okay? Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Here, give me this, and then I can be a listener.
Okay. We haven't done this in a while. But that's weird that it would do that, though. Sorry, guys. Anyways, Corn, can I introduce you? While we're figuring things out, this is Corn. And this is me. I am Pat. And we're the 40 hour. We're trying to figure things out. Sorry for the I don't know. I hope we're okay. How are we sounding, buddy? We sound okay?
Yeah, we're good. Can you
Okay.
put me back in here?
I will plug you back in.
Anyways, hi everybody. Welcome. It's been about a month-ish, right? Since we've done a show. Welcome back to you, and also welcome back to us.
Welcome back to us.
Welcome back to us, most importantly. This is the 40 hour. My name is Corn. Our introduction thingies already slid up. So, Corn, Pat, you know who we are. No guest today, just, the core.
The fundamentals.
The fundamentals right here and right here. And today we are going to be doing...
Should we open?
Oh, let me introduce...
We have a guest.
The main guest. The main guest. Copyright pending. Patent pending. Remember that when that was your b-boy name for like half a second?
It's a very
Patent
long
pending.
I went through 5 b-boy names.
This is our beer. This is... We brewed these.
Oh.
We brewed these. These are
Yes.
home brewed. Nah, just kidding. A certain conglomerate beer company has brewed these for us, but, we've gone ahead and labeled them for ourselves.
You know how it be, guys.
You know how it be. So first off, let's actually start the podcast. Anyhow, welcome. It's been a while. The 40 hours of podcast where I, myself, Corn, and this is Pat. We
It's a third
discuss
introduction.
I know, but I got to introduce the show now.
I'm sorry.
We conduct a podcast in which a period of time we've invented, known as the 40 hour, occurs, which is the amount of time it takes for both of us to finish our either malt beverage or beer thing in a 40 ounce container, and the amount of time it takes us to finish that equals 1 40 hour. In that time, we will discuss a variety of topics that have included zombies, movies,
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu,
whatever the fuck we want.
And in
because
the
it's the
future,
internet.
we will cover
In the future,
more
we'll
movies,
more zombie
everything.
shit, anything, whatever the fuck we want to talk about, because this is the internet. Anyhow, today our topic will be 3 in 3 years, which basically is kind of like a blanket topic for Pat and I. We talk a lot online during the work week, during our regular 9 to 5, and a lot of the stuff we talk about is pretty fucking interesting. And
Yeah,
if we were to hold a motivational seminar, many people would be productive. And I mean,
maybe we
besides
should.
the fact that dude,
Maybe we
let's
should.
go Tony Robbins on this shit, bro.
Maybe we should hold a motivational seminar.
It'll cost you what? The price of a 40 and then $5 admission, and then we'll hold a motivational seminar. And so pretty much we just talk about.
Everyone's got a drink though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, you have to be drinking a 40 to enter.
Exactly.
So a lot of the stuff we talk about is like, damn, like in the past few years, I've learned so much just because, when you pass that 30 threshold, you learn a bunch of shit, and you start analyzing the stuff you learn versus just letting it happen.
Yeah.
So I think that's why we chose the topic today.
There comes a time in every person's life where they have to be more proactive in life rather than reactive in life.
Preach.
There you go.
Anyhow,
come to our show.
But I guess we should just give a quick status report.
Oh yeah, you give the status report.
Sit rep.
Yes, please.
I just got back from a wedding, one of the 3 that I've gone to so far this year. This is the first time I was a groomsman, and it was gorgeous. It was beautiful, beautiful wedding. Patrick, Jennifer, you guys are the sweetest. Super awesome meeting your entire family, and nicest people. And it was in the East Coast, super rural. Literally Trump supporters everywhere. That's how rural it was. It's in a little town. I won't call out the town, but
you didn't get into any fights out there, did you?
No, surprisingly not. Only because
it's a good thing.
it was so rural. We didn't really encounter too many people, except for people who are obligated to be nice to us, like grocery store, liquor store.
Nice. They're obligated because they need your money.
Yeah,
they need your business.
We were the economy that weekend. This is how fucking quiet it was. I laid in the street, and the Airbnb we got was on a street called Main Street,
like Disneyland.
In downtown.
So
right?
it's like Disneyland.
And I was laying in the middle of the street for at least 45 minutes. Because, first we were trying to
Were you drinking?
Yeah. We were drunk. So
no, I mean, were you drinking while you were...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That's laying down in the middle of a small town, looking up at the stars, the huge moon, fucking gorgeous. It was.
You had like a romantic moment with yourself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Did you start touching yourself?
Yeah, like right in the street, and I didn't even get arrested. That's how small town it was. But anyways, it was a good old time, and I'm glad to be back. But it was super nice being out there and just having a blast.
And getting romantical with yourself.
Dude, I cried at the wedding, like, so much.
Are you serious?
I cried immediately.
I don't think I've ever cried at a wedding.
Really? I cried at almost every wedding I've gone to. No, for real.
Does that make me cold-hearted?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, but this wedding was, literally the bride was jumping for joy.
Oh,
She was jumping up and down at the altar while they were reading vows to each other, and I was like, come on.
That's sweet.
And then the groom, because... she was so, giddy,
right.
So, and jumping up and down, he was like, and he started jumping up and down, and then everybody laughed.
It was an infectious,
it was adorable.
Great time.
Fucking adorable.
It was adorbs.
And then, no, but I was crying way before that. So, we were standing off to the side to walk in, and then as soon as the music hit, and they had this song on, I was just like, Jesus.
You did that?
Yeah. I was like, it's over.
Like,
Because once it starts, it's you can't fucking stop that shit, man. It's a continuous flow.
I don't know when the last time is that I cried. I don't even recall ever crying at a wedding. You know why? I have a theory about why. It's because I used to work at a lot of weddings. I used to film a lot of weddings. So I'm not... My job
Good
is
thing I don't work in an industry where I have to encounter a lot of weddings, because I'd still probably fucking cry, dude.
I had to look out for people, filming.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look out for people crying and get that close up.
Oh yeah, that was me. I would have
a
lot of close ups.
I got all the ugly close ups of crying.
Oh dude.
And I'm
waiting for these wedding pictures to show up, because there's probably so many.
I secretly think that I don't want to be that guy.
You know what though? There's nothing wrong with being that guy. I think it's nice. I think it's really nice. For me, just watching like when you watch like super like cheesy fucking romance movies, like yeah, right. And then you go to a wedding, and then because it's never perfect, but at the wedding it's as like perfect as it's gonna get in terms of how the couple feels about each other, you know?
Yeah.
Just because whatever the moment is wrapped up in, and
like sorry,
whenever that happens,
I'm having a nice hair day.
Oh fuck you! Thanks for ruining my sweet ass story.
You told this story like 4 times already.
To you,
you cried.
And I'm just saying the moment. I'm setting up the moment.
You
fucking
told
dick.
them what
Anyways,
the moment was.
how has your month been since the last time we did a show?
It's been great. Taking care of my kid. Spend time with the lady. Working. All that stuff. Finished Peaky Blinders. Finished Voltron.
Go watch Peaky Blinders.
Finished The Man in the High Castle. I've been watching a lot of television.
Yeah, that's
you
good.
know?
I mean, you're at home with a kid. You
You
gotta,
know?
you gotta,
Watching a lot of TV. Watching a lot of movies. You know what I mean?
you gotta do something. Dude, my computer is making my face look like I'm a ghost.
I think it's because
See, turn it away.
there's something. You're a spirit attached to you or something.
Maybe.
I'm only hanging out with you because of the show and my commitment to the show.
Fucking A. Oh, here, let me
You
get
know
a
why?
Ouija board real quick.
No, fuck you. No, here's the thing though. Korn got visited by something that pushed his face.
2 nights ago, not last
like
night,
2 nights
the night
ago.
before,
It pushed his face and it
I
sat on
had
his chest.
a sleep paralysis / lucid dreaming moment where I started falling asleep and then couldn't fall asleep all the way. I was still awake. So, I was like, all right, I'm going to put on calm.com, which is like,
Meditation.
it's just a meditation app that has like ambient sounds. And I put on
It's a rookie move, bro.
rain in the forest fucking sound thing. And then, but I also had my window wide open and it was hot outside in the East Bay where I live. And so crickets and shit were hella loud. And so I had hella loud crickets and also had the fucking calm.com blasting. It was not relaxing at all, but I was like, you know what? This might calm me down. And I just had way too much audio input. And so I started drifting off to sleep. And every time I drifted off to sleep, I would wake back up. And then so I was in that middle ground and I ended up having sleep paralysis and I felt entities in the room. And I was just like, I was like this.
Did they push you in the face?
So eventually, yes. Eventually
it
it pushed
Don't
me.
do it on me.
So right, like from here
Mm-hmm.
to like my shoulder top,
Mm-hmm.
like something pushed down on me into my bed, and I was just like, and I woke up, and well, I was awake, but and then I was like, like I was trying to like consciously like fight back, and then it went away, and then I was still like in that state. So I opened my eyes were open, and then I had this like like a lampshade on a ceiling light, and
I think that's called a whore's light.
It's not fucking Moore's light.
Sorry.
Anyways, it's
So
just
you
like
know
a
you're on your
bluish.
back and
It's a bluish color. What the fuck? Anyways, and then it started changing. It turned into a face, and then I also heard like voices. They were talking to me. I don't know.
What were
I
they saying?
can't remember what they said. They were like one word things.
You
And
motherfucker.
And then I also started hearing. I knew it was a raccoon that was outside, but.
A talking raccoon?
No, but then I just heard, I felt that the raccoon was going to come through the window. And I
fucking jump on your face.
dude, because I was like, dude, the raccoons know that something's going down in here. They're about to come in here. I'm going to get fucked up by some raccoons. And then, but then I got up and I gathered myself, put on a Gordon Ramsay video, and I was like, Gordon,
Is that
tell
your
these
thing?
motherfuckers. I mean,
You know
I go
what?
to YouTube and then it'll be like Gordon Ramsay.
I understand. Like, I have a friend, like, if he has, like, bad dreams, he puts on, like, anime or something.
I usually
Like,
watch it anyways before I go to
cartoons
sleep, like Gordon
or
Ramsay.
something.
I watch
That
like
might be
random
me.
shit on YouTube
Right.
and stuff like that. And I just usually watch that anyways before I go to bed. So and then I just watched it, and then I was like, you know what, fuck this. I turn it off, and I just close everything, turn off the lights, close the window, and I just fucking zonked back out.
That's some crazy shit, Korn.
It is.
I don't know when you're gonna believe.
I don't believe that.
You entered into
It's not real enough yet.
A motherfucker pushed you. You went like this, like in the horror movies.
You know what's gonna do it? If something pushes me, and then I have like fingerprints or handprints on
Like
it.
fucking Freddy?
Yeah. And then
Have
I
you
might
seen A
believe it.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
I have. That's one of my favorite movies.
Okay. The first one?
Yes.
The original one. So we'll see. I was under the impression since a motherfucker doesn't watch Star Wars until he's like 25,
oh my god,
that
oh my
like
god,
you don't know horror
oh
movies.
my god, no, Nightmare on Elm Street was one of my favorites.
All right, so they gotta slash you and your bras gotta be kind of shown.
Yeah. Or I'm gonna be looking like Johnny Depp with headphones and shit.
That's not what I asked.
Anyways, all right. So should we just get on with the topic then? Once again, to bring it back. It's past 3 years. We wanted to narrow it down to 3 things so that it's not like a fucking forever rant.
A rant fest.
And then so we can just kind of make it a big blanket. 3 things, 3 years. Yeah. So 3 things in the past 3 years or so that we learned that's been really enlightening to us. That's made us think more. That's made our lives better.
Yeah.
And made us like just influenced how
better
we think
people.
now.
Better people.
It might not be better. It
Or
just makes it influence how we feel now.
Okay, that's true. That's a good one.
Right? Because we don't know if we're better people yet.
Speak for yourself.
Look, I've always been a good person. That's why.
Well,
How do you get better than this? You go first, fucker.
hold on. I gotta wash that down.
Oh,
That shit was terrible.
My goodness.
Okay, so my number 3. Okay, so I guess this is technically a cheat because I didn't just start learning this like 3 years ago.
But it became important.
But it became more important.
Okay.
In 3 years, I've been learning chess, and the reason why I've been learning chess, one is to kind of bond more with my dad because he's a chess.
His dad is a chess piece.
Yeah, he is. My dad is a chess. Did you say chess piece or a chess beast?
A chess piece.
No.
His dad's name is Rook Hachiko.
Rook Hachiko. Pretty much. Bishop Hachiko. No, his name's King Hachiko.
There you go.
So here we go. But anyways, learning chess has I don't know, I think it's a good mental exercise. I think that it's definitely made me think of the world a little bit differently, more in definitely like an order of this should go first and this should go second, third. You know, there's
why in the past, since you've probably known how to play chess like probably around the same age that I did, which is like, you know, like grade school where you learn the rules of chess, but why is it now that it's becoming like, boom, I need to know this. This is so important. And,
well, I think it's one is because I'm so bad at it. Like I was so bad at it. Like I was getting smoked up by like everybody. Like,
sorry, my burps kind of smell.
Me too.
We fucking ate pizza right before this.
Tradition.
It was fucking tasty.
But
you know.
So basically, it's important to me because it's something that I think is really hard, like to get good at. Like I think one of the hardest things to do is gain a skill where you're in competition with another human being, kind of, and you know, like that actually bleeds into my second thing that I've learned in the last 3 years that's really changed me. But in terms of chess, like I just think that it's, you know, it's a really steep learning curve, especially if you don't have an aptitude, like a mathematical aptitude for it, or like a.
That's why I suck at chess.
Like
I play against you, dude.
Yeah.
Like I lose all the time against this fool.
Well, you know.
Chess ain't my shit. I don't have the patience for it.
You know
what though? When I'm playing in person, I feel like I'm a much better player. But like on the phone, like that's cool. Like it's an easy way to keep games going. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I'm a much better player if I'm in person and I'm focusing and I'm paying attention.
Right. No,
I'm a little scatterbrained sometimes, which is gonna bleed into my things sometimes. Right. What? I'm just kidding.
No, but
so
like,
chess.
Yeah, you said it. Patience.
Patience.
That's like
teaches patience. Yes.
To play the long game.
Mm-hmm.
To like, cause I ain't about them long games, bro. I'm trying to play like online games and like be out. But playing chess has actually taught me how to kind of. I just honestly think it's like a really good mental exercise.
Sorry, I hear a car alarm. I don't know if it's mine. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I just think it's a really good mental
No,
exercise.
that's actually a good.
You know, keeps me on my toes. And it makes me look at the world differently in terms of like, you know, each action has like a reaction or like, you know, everything has a consequence.
Well, it's more okay. In the past couple of years, it's transcended from a casual game to something more
philosophical.
Right? Yeah, okay.
But see, that's just me though. Like you know me pretty well.
Well, yeah.
Like everything I do,
he'll take Post-it notes and make a big fucking deal. It's like, you know, Post-it notes are like
Post-it notes are so disposable.
Yeah, see? They're not though. This is a good way to take notes. He'll take anything and turn it into something so serious.
Notes.
They're just disposable. They're like, what are notes, man?
You know, like yeah. And then
but anyways,
you get the small ones. You don't even really need them. So it's like when you write on it, do you really need that in your brain? I'm just kidding. But anyways, yeah, chess for me is number 3. But a close. I was gonna say cooking. That was good. That was gonna be the second thing.
Okay, yeah.
Cooking was gonna be the second. Cooking was gonna be the actual third thing. But
all right, stepping all over what I was gonna say. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. It's not cooking.
Well.
But so the first, I guess third, whatever. My top thing that I've realized or learned in the past 3 years is, you have more time than you think. So in the past few years, I have definitely I started a new job in a different industry, and I've always thought myself, I'm always like, oh, I get home, I'm so fucking tired. I just want to lay down and do nothing and watch TV. Or like in the morning, I just want to on my commute, I just want to nap in the car. I just want to sleep or whatever. But in the past few years, I realized you have a fucking shit ton of time and you're not as tired as you think and you have more time than you think, right? So sometimes you have substance, right? You have coffee, you have things like that are ritualistic that will give you that pep. But lately, I've been very, very much appreciative in like when I think about that, where it's like you have more time than you think and you have time to do shit. I'm thinking about the times that I'm sitting in traffic. If I'm sitting in traffic, I used to listen to music, sing along, just kind of like chill out and just blah blah, whatever. And it's like an hour and a half, and I just sat there listening to music in the car doing nothing because it's traffic, right? Mm-hmm. Then I realized I was like, you know what? Podcasts, podcasts I've been listening to podcasts and for at least 5 or 6 years, and we've been doing this podcast for at least 3 or 4 years now, probably, and that's fucking important to me because it's kind of like you are having an active conversation in your brain with people that may or may not, they're not going to hear you, but you're participating in this conversation between people, or they're talking about subjects that you don't know about. There's podcasts for anything you fucking want. If you are a musician, there's music podcasts that dissects music or teaches you about music theory. If you're a huge nerd and you want to listen to engineering podcasts, there's whatever, any subject that you're really interested in right now that you think nobody else is interested in, somebody's fucking making a podcast about it. Because look, boom, example 2. We like drinking.
We're interested in everything.
And boom, podcast.
And cool bottles.
So that's one thing I realized, and that was really important because I walk a lot, I sit in a car a lot, and I commute a lot. Just basically because I live outside of the city. I'm like a good hour commute each way every day. And I always try to work in the city, so it's like that's 2 hours a day that it's wasted if I don't use it. So I've taken those 2 hours, and now I take casual carpool, so I don't even drive into the city anymore. And then I take that time to read. I read for an hour, and then I meditate for 15 minutes. And then, boom, what a fucking beautiful way to start your day, right? And then on my way home, I'll read for another hour. So that's 2 hours of reading a day that I'm getting that I didn't have before, because I realized, you know what? I could be sleeping the entire time I'm going into the city, but then I would waste this hour, right?
Right.
For me, I'm a young person. I mean, maybe later on if I have kids and I have all this shit, I don't have time to dedicate to that and whatever. But for me, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay staying awake that extra hour in the morning after I've already waken up. You try to sleep in a car, on your commute, on whatever. It's not going to be good sleep anyways, so fuck it. Do something productive. And then I took that and applied it to a lot of different things. So I get off the bridge, I get off, and I have a 20-minute walk to work podcast. So I read for the hour in my commute, meditate for the last 15 minutes with just the meditating apps, and then I fucking walk to work and listen to a podcast, and then I just, like, think about those downtimes, fucking fill them up, you know?
Very true.
And that's that.
That's that.
That's that. And that's why I'm the next Tony Robbins. No, I'm just kidding. Go, Pat. What's your number 2?
Well, I was going to say meditation.
Mm.
Actually, that's a lie. I was going to say Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But if I was going to say BJJ is
top of the label, by the way.
Like,
well, like, I'm past the top of the label.
A little bit past the label.
I just went on a rant, so that's why he's a little lower. So I'm going to catch up right now, so go ahead.
It was going to be BJJ, but, I feel like I'm just going to be rehashing it because I like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for many of the same reasons I like chess. So, I will say meditation. And I've been meditating for, 5 or 6 years, so, I think that it's helped me tremendously in my life. I honestly think that I would be insane without it.
What got you into it?
I think I got into it because of, I think I had anxiety issues.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I was just always kind of, anxious for no reason around people, around, I think that's why people thought I was so serious. You
are so serious, though. Even though you're not anxious around me, you'll make everything super fucking serious. The way I think about this belt, though.
So what I'm saying about this bottle, right? You see that? I designed this, right? It's like an old milk
man.
Bottle.
Man, tables are like life, man.
You gotta stand on all. You gotta stand up. There's got to be a foundation that lifts you up.
No, but I actually agree with you. I've never been a meditator type person.
Meditatee?
I don't know, whatever. But I've recently only, because one, you mentioned it, and 2, I've been doing yoga a bunch lately,
right.
And I'll get there early, and then when you get there early, it's, it's like the hot room, and you go in, and you can lay down for a bit,
mm-hmm.
And so sometimes I'll get there 10, 15 minutes early, and then I'm all changed already, got my water, I got my shit set up, I'm like, you know what, I got 10 minutes,
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna lay down, and then you start to go into this mode where it's you're half awake, but you're half asleep, but you're just ultra relaxed.
Exactly.
And then sometimes you end up getting sleep paralysis. Sometimes try to come through, fucking destroy your life. But for the most part, when you're in a safe space and you feel good, it feels really great. You wake up and you're or you're not even waking up because you've been woke.
You've been woke.
But you just come back to reality and you're like, ah.
Yeah, and it definitely, I feel like it opens up your senses. And if you have a really good day meditating in terms of everything going well.
Yeah.
It's almost the best way I could describe it is that you see the code behind the matrix. Kind of you understand why you're feeling the way you do. And instead of having an emotional response, you kind of dissect it in your head where you're like, okay, I'm angry right now.
Mm.
But the first thing, you...
But right now, I'm not being angry. I'm just being. I'm just...
Yeah.
Right
it's kind of you recognize your thought patterns and you kind of rise above it almost.
Plus, for me, I'm definitely a person who is very open to too much input. I give myself every opportunity to have information or entertainment or conversation. Input. But meditation definitely is something where you go okay, time the fuck out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take 10 minutes and do nothing. Anything that comes
Focus on your breathing.
Nope, go away. Focus on your breathing. That's it. Car broke down. Nope, nothing. I don't want to hear it.
It's a good way. Yeah, it's a good way to stay focused on something.
And plus, it's the next time something shitty happens, you can be
yeah,
give me 10 seconds. Let's
Yeah, no, I mean, like, I've had a bunch of those type of situations, and to be honest, like, if I didn't meditate, or I feel off. Let's just put it that way. If like, and like, there are studies that have shown that your brain does change if you meditate for a certain period of time.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
I mean,
new neural pathways form, and I think that there's a I don't all you nerds out there can Google this, but like I know that there's a part of the brain that shrinks, and that's the part of the brain that controls like stress response, and I want to say it's the amygdala, but I don't know. I'm probably wrong on that. But I know that
I'm not a neuroscientist.
you're not a
But
scientist.
I'm not any sort of scientist, actually.
Let's just get that out there, okay?
But I totally agree. For me, it's more of a learn how to fucking chill, learn how to not let stressful situations cloud your judgment. And
Right.
for me, I've never been really bad about that because I've always put myself in stressful situations in my jobs.
Right.
But at the same time, it's very good because we live fucking busy ass lives, man. Like, no matter what, the laziest person right now in America is gonna live a busy ass life. Except for, like, if you live in or around a city, you're gonna live a busy ass life.
Yeah, and I mean,
You know?
like, I think that, I think, and like, I was thinking about all these, like, when we were prepping for this episode, and I was thinking about all these, what I was gonna say, and like the learning thing. One thing I've discovered is that all these activities are like related to stress.
Mm-hmm.
Like chess is a way to like
Relieve stress.
no, not just relieve stress, but like, let's say chess, right? It's like a way you're being put under mental pressure.
Mm.
Like when you play the game, like
I feel like you're gonna bleed into one of my
you're
things, so I'm gonna stop you there. So meditation is your thing, right?
Yeah,
My turn now.
being cool under pressure.
So chess, meditation.
Trying real hard right now.
For me, mine was you have more time than you think.
That was number 3.
No, I'm just recapping. Come on, man. My second one that I have been very focused on in the past 3 years is domestic traveling.
Oh, that was my number 1.
Is it really?
No.
Oh, you fucking guy. Domestic traveling. I've been lucky enough most of my life to my parents early on have taken me back to China, back to where my roots are, back to where my dad grew up, like the village he's from, like a village.
What's the name of your dad's village?
Pingshan, in the Fado province, and it's like outside of Guangzhou, and it's now it used to be a village where people shat in the fucking side of the street, like little kids just shitting in the gutters, and it's just farm villages, fucking water buffaloes and shit. And now there's an airport there, so it's insane because my dad grew up in a fucking village with nothing, and now there's an airport. So it's crazy how much China is changing. But anyways, I was lucky enough to have grown up in an environment where my parents were like willing to do that and take me uncomfortably out of the United States, and I was exposed to that early. So I was always exposed to the travel bug and traveling. My dad was also lucky enough to his job took him to Europe at one point, and not to work there, but to go to like a trade show, and then it was like a super big excuse to just travel Europe when I was young, and I was just kind of like, it was the year before in school you take social studies, social studies, like, oh man, 4th grade, 5th grade, social studies is coming up,
Yeah.
and then I was like, oh, I've been here before,
Mm-hmm.
I've been here before,
Mm-hmm.
I've been here before,
Mhm.
and it was very, very enlightening. So, so most of my life I try to travel as much as I can, but I've never really explored home, right?
Right.
California. There's a reason why everybody wants to come to California. It's the most beautiful fucking place you can be.
Right.
And growing up in the Bay Area is arguably the best place you can ever grow up in the world at any time, right?
Maybe not
So
now.
maybe not now. Well, it's getting crowded because it's beautiful, because it's great. I mean, but at the same time, yo.
Anyways, that's a conversation.
Anyways.
Go ahead.
for the first time, I explored Northern California. Like, when you say Northern California, it's always, oh, San Francisco, Bay Area.
Yeah.
You never go beyond the Bay Area.
Right.
About 2 years ago, my cousin graduated from Humboldt State. What's up, Wendy? She graduated from Humboldt State, and I went up to Humboldt County, to Arcata, and to like Eureka, like all that coastal.
You see the castle?
Beautiful Eureka's castle. No, I didn't see the fuck. And I drove up there, and I was like, it's fucking beautiful out here. And in the past 2 or 3 years, this is the first time I went to Big Sur, which is one of the most gorgeous fucking places you can visit in all of the world. And it's just, like all these oceanside cliffs, and you can see the Pacific Ocean. It's so gorgeous. It's so beautiful. And I was like, you know what? This is 3 hours out of town, out of anywhere in San Francisco, out of Bay Area, out of wherever. It takes you no time to get here. So I definitely got an appreciation for just traveling domestically. Whether it's for so I was using, what I like to do is I like to give excuses to travel. And like when a friend moves to a new place, it's like, I'm visiting you, so you better get your shit together and fucking take me out.
Take me out.
So, Denver. I went to Denver when they legalized marijuana, so I was like, you know what? Let's fucking go to Denver and let's do that, because you know what? That's a great excuse to go out there. And I snowboarded out there, and it was fucking awesome. And then Eugene, Oregon, with my buddy who just got married. He's East Coast now, but whatever. But got to go out to Oregon for a great excuse. Seattle, beautiful fucking city.
I've been to Seattle.
Yep, we went together.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I mean, before that, we went a bunch of times.
But I've also recently did I flew into Seattle and then drove up to Vancouver. It's not technically domestic because it's international when you drive into another country, but that's all we got. We only got Canada. We only got Mexico.
Canada and Mexico.
But so I've been finding those trips really, really important to me because of there's my next thing is going to lead into that, but I feel like it's a really good thing because a lot of people go, oh man, I'm so tired. I have a couple days off. I'm just going to stay at home and do nothing. And it's kind of like, don't do nothing. You're only 2 hours away, 3 hours away from Big Sur. Big Sur is so amazing. Even if you go to Santa Cruz, hour and 40 minutes. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Sorry, buddy.
I don't give a fuck. I'm excited. Happy day. Have you ever been south of Pacifica?
Yes.
It's so nice. Anyways, in the past couple of years, I've realized how beautiful home really is. And home isn't just your 6-block radius. Home is also your hour and a half out, your 2 hours out. And you'd be so surprised at how much you can fucking see just like a couple of hours out.
Amen.
Fucking cheers, brother. All right, number 3.
Okay, so my number 3, which is my number 1, is the biggest thing that I've learned over the last 3 years with the steepest learning curve. And the curve that I will probably spend a lifetime achieving is being a dad. Being a father.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
me too. That was my... No, I'm just kidding.
I got a picture of Corn's kid if y'all want to see.
Oh,
just send me, just hit
I
us
feel
up.
like I have a lot of doppelgangers out there.
just hit us up. Just tag it on.
No, that's
hashtag Corn's kid ?
You know what's silly?
I'll get back to you.
I didn't even fucking think about that.
Of course you wouldn't, because you're not a dad.
That's true. That's absolutely
true. So the thing is with being a father, and I can say that since I'm a father now, it's the biggest, because there's so many peripheral skills that you need to, that's all wrapped up in one job, which is taking care of a single human, a human being, taking care of a child, and making sure that
Not just a human being that can't take care of itself.
Exactly. I'm sorry. Yes, a child. You're responsible for it. In my case,
Her.
you're responsible for her. You're responsible for her. And like there's nothing that can prepare you for, being a dad. I think you can be equipped to be a good father.
Well, wasn't it one of those things where it's kind of like everybody says like you're never gonna be ready for it? You know what I mean?
No, that's true. And I mean, but then like there are like you're never gonna be.
You're gonna realize you're good at some shit and you're some shit you're just horrible at. Yeah, it's gonna be glaring, right?
Like, okay, look, there are some things that I know some people that have been trying to have kids, so like they're better prepared for it because obviously, like whatever. But
but unfortunately, it's never like
But like, I mean, the thing is, like either or, like like there's always going to be some aspect of it that's going to scare you or what have you. So like, for me, being a dad, it's not just being a dad. It's like being a good man to your woman, being a good son. It kind of being a good
reassesses your position in the family.
Yeah, being a good father kind of refocuses you on like where you are in your life. You know what I mean? Like, and the relationships you have with your family.
Because you have to be like, what qualifies me to tell you what to do, or what qualifies me to have my input in this situation when you know what I mean? Like,
and like you're responsible for a lot of things. You're responsible.
Oh, for sure.
To like especially when the young ones are just like little munchkins. Like you have to feed them. They can't feed themselves.
Half label, by the way, half label.
I'm a little bit because you've been talking, but yeah, like you have to protect them. You have to provide for them, and it's a job that's only going to get harder. Like like pretty soon, there's going to be a lot of different things. You have to teach them. You have to teach them to be a good person,
and you have to also be comfortable with what you're teaching them. If it's the right thing, if it's not the right thing, it's like you have to be very like
I'm not going to bring them to a bonfire in the middle of the night. Galaxy,
we're looking at you, bud. We're looking at you, Galaxy.
Like, I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like you have to, you have to teach your child, like you're trying to raise this child. That's your job now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your other job, the one that you do to make money.
You can control your own actions, but you can't control the actions of someone you're influencing. You know what I mean? Like you can only do your best to be like, please don't be a shithead. Please be as good as you can be.
You can only try to give them the tools that.
But fuck, man! Like at the end of the day, you can't be like you can't Kim Jong-il that shit.
No, like, and if you. I mean, if you even try to do that, why wouldn't?
And then they'll turn the fuck around.
Exactly. Like, and on top of that, like, it's kind of like, I feel like with just the way I look at life in general, it's just like, like, I wouldn't want that I wouldn't want someone to be like that to me. You know what I mean?
But it also, like, at the end of the day, like, it makes you think about shit like that. Versus when you're growing up as a kid, and when you're growing up, just in general, people tell you to do shit, I'm okay, whatever, or whatever. Like, you don't think about, like, having to actually be the person in charge. It's like, oh, fuck, I'm in charge now? Like, oh, fuck. Like I'm not just in charge of myself now. Like,
there's a good quote in Peaky Blinders.
Good show. Watch that show.
Like where there's this person that asks a bunch of questions, right? And then somebody goes like, "That's like 3 questions you've asked me in the last minute." And then like she goes, "Pretty soon you're gonna have to be the one with the answers and not the questions."
Ooh.
And like I'm just like fuck. That's what like and I'm
you're
just
supposed to be the one with the answers, man.
I'm supposed like not just myself, but like. Like her mom, like and like like that's why there's the 2 of us, and like hopefully, I think
takes a village though. Takes a village.
It honestly it does. It really does. Like,
and you have to trust your village. You can't just let anybody in this fucking village, bro.
it's like having a child is like being in control of. I don't know. Like I was gonna say a small corporation, but that's not true. Like it's just the biggest responsibility I feel like.
Well, because also
besides being the president of the United States.
Well, the president of the United States is a fucking joke at this point. That position, apparently now. Apparently.
But anyways, that's a
different podcast.
But I'm just saying that, like, you know, you with being a dad or being a parent. Being a parent.
That's a good thing to learn in the past couple of years because you had a kid in the past few years.
I mean, why would I learn how to be a father if I didn't have a child? Mm-hmm. But, you know, you learn all these, like, peripheral skills. Like, you know, like, I think it's important to I mean, I feel like we've talked about... Corn and I have talked... I've told this to Corn, like, a million times during our online conversations. Like, sometimes I wake up... I have nightmares sometimes about what might happen to my kid or how...
Yeah, we're definitely gonna buy the biggest guns we can find on prom night for his daughter and then clean them. As her prom date shows up, like
if they have like
right.
If they have their prom at a hotel, we're gonna be at the bar.
We're gonna be at the fucking hotel bar.
We're gonna do a 40-hour at the bar.
We're gonna do a 40-hour at the bar. They're not even gonna serve 40s. We're bringing them. By that time, people are injecting like tiny bits of alcohol and just getting shit faced, and we're gonna be old school and be like, you know what?
Fuck. But we're also gonna inject too.
Yeah,
we're up with the times.
We're party people, man.
We're fucking cool. But you know, and here's the thing. Okay, this is my last point that I'm gonna make on this. Okay, like it's weird because I watch a lot of cooking documentaries.
Me too.
And a lot of like kind of like chef shows, like Chef's Table on Netflix. Really good show.
Good show.
And you know, I'm into. Obviously, I'm into a lot of Bourdain stuff.
Bourdain is my hero.
Yeah, Bourdain is my hero too.
My hero.
High five! But I think I see a lot of similarities between, you know, like in terms of like mental, like in terms of like a chef and like being a parent. You know, you have to control a lot of different things.
Control chaos.
You have to control chaos, and like that's
boom! I just made that up. Control chaos.
That's a good one. I like that.
What's my other one that NASDAQ said? What did NASDAQ say?
I don't know what else NASDAQ said. They're not ready for that.
They're not ready.
They're not ready for Dow Jones and NASDAQ. They're not. But like yeah, you have to control chaos, or you have to, you know. And I guess the biggest change in my life is how committed I am to prep time. Like that's the one thing that like I've noticed. Is like I'm like
oh shit, I have the book.
Okay.
Anyways,
yeah, prep time.
Prep time. I feel like prep time is a different episode too, though.
It is a different episode. It's a superpower. It's Batman's only superpower besides wealth.
Besides wealth, wealth is a pretty.
But yeah, being a dad, being a father, still learning how to do it. Obviously, changed my life. Go ahead, Corn number one.
Number one, I feel like I should have started with me first, so that the fatherhood thing fucking would land it properly.
Bam!
That shit threw my whole shit out the water. I was originally going to say weekends, but never mind. I'm not going to say that anymore.
You can talk about your fatherhood too.
But I get the weekends? No, I'm kidding. No, my number one thing is now I'm changing it to be bad at something. Actively be bad at something. Something I learned from, like, previously we mentioned, Anthony Bourdain has always kind of said, like, you know, like in his, he'll do, like, articles and stuff, and it's just like, just suck at something. And I really took that to heart. And this was mainly due to the fact that I stopped dancing about 3 years ago, and I'd been dancing for a long time before that.
Them poles miss you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Fuck you.
Sorry.
And like after I stopped dancing, it was just kind of like, okay, well now I have all this free fucking time. Like, what do I do? And the answer is anything.
Anything the
just
fuck you want.
Do it.
You're an adult.
Because when I was dancing, like I loved it, and it was great. It was one of the best things I've ever done in my life. best community I've ever been a part of in my entire life.
Oh, amen. The
But-
B-boy community.
But once you are like you're not active anymore, you have to be like you can't have that as an excuse not to do shit anymore. For me,
You have to fulfill that need.
because for me it was a lot of like, you know what, I can just go to practice. I'm just gonna dance. And when you go dance, you fulfill your creativity, your physical fitness, your social aspect of your life. There's so many things that pulls together. But then you stop all of a sudden after doing it for 10, 15 years, and you're like, well, what the fuck now? So the answer to that is anything. Absolutely fucking anything.
Anything.
I know I have a lot of friends who talk about how much they love music, how much they want to do this. I'm like, learn that. Learn how to play music. You like sports? Like fucking find a fucking social local drinking league for fucking disco
Local
golf
dodgeball league.
or whatever. Dodgeball.
I'm
Like
bad.
yeah, dude, I know people in dodgeball leagues.
I'm banned from dodgeball leagues.
You're what?
Banned?
Why?
Oh, well, I throw it in
Because
the
you're
face.
O'Doyle? He's O'Doyle.
I throw it in the face. Because I'm old school. I play war ball.
Okay.
Just dodgeball stuff.
No, but like for me, it was just like, you know, the whole jiu-jitsu thing, right? You take jiu-jitsu class. I've never done martial arts. I've never been in a fight in my entire life. Still, to my 32 years old.
Knock on wood.
You know what I mean? I don't ever want to be. It's not.
Nobody should ever want to be in a fight.
Yeah. And no, that's absolutely true.
Like
And I've never
physical fight.
Exactly. And then I've also like took this singing class. I've also done
Give
like
him a little taste, Dank.
oh.
Give him a little taste, Dank. Come on.
Wait, how's it go? There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. Oh, I had to sing a fucking musical
That's
song.
nice. That's nice.
You know, but for me, it was just like, you know what? There's all those things that you've wanted to do. There's communities of also people who've also kind of wanted to do it, so you can fucking do it.
And there's YouTube tutorials
there's
for
YouTube.
a lot. Of
Like, so
those
I have a
kind of
lot of friends. They're like, oh, no, I wish I knew how to play guitar. It's like, there's zero reason why you should not be able to play guitar. Because you know why? We're communicating right now, and I know you have the fucking internet. So you should know how to fucking play guitar.
And they have you as a resource because
Exactly.
you know how to play guitar.
Exactly. No, I'm just kidding. I'll do it later.
Don't do it.
No, but, so that's one of my biggest things. Is like, just do something and suck at it. Just be bad at it. Like, jiu-jitsu, I think I won, like the whole time we were rolling, the whole semester, including the tournament, I think I might have tapped out maybe 4 people, tops.
I'm one of the people that
Yeah,
tapped out.
and it was just like,
Yeah.
I got beat up the entire time. The
Whoa.
entire time. And it's very, very humbling. And like, what you have to realize is you should be humbled.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
should
the, yeah.
be humbled. Get humbled.
That's
because
the takeaway.
you're never
Yeah.
going to be the best ever at anything, right?
Yeah, unless you devote a insane.
And even
amount.
if you are, how long are you going to be the best for? Somebody's going to come along, follow your fucking footsteps, and then fuck you up.
But you know what the
You're
thing is,
smoked.
if you want to be the super best at something, I feel like the equation of humbleness goes out the window, because then you become like an egomaniac kind of. Like,
Yeah.
If you like, I would rather be really good and competent at something, and like be recognized by my peers.
Yeah.
And like I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need to be like the super fucking torture genius awesome.
Well,
person.
you don't want to be any extreme, right? You want
No.
to be, but you also want to not be the person who's going to be like, well, I don't think I'd be good at that because my feet are too big. And it's like,
Yeah, you don't want to be that.
fuck, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, you don't want to give up.
Go enter that small foot competition. You got it.
What
I don't know. I was trying to think
fuck
of it.
did you just
I
say?
was trying to think of a
fuck
thing.
did you just say?
I was trying to think of a thing.
Ah!
I was trying to think of a thing.
You're lowering our show with these
Whatever.
jokes.
Well, fuck you. Somebody out there got it.
I got it. They just.
You got it. But anyways.
You know what I feel like is next for you, Corn?
What?
Stand up.
Oh,
Because obviously you suck at it right now.
Oh, Jesus.
But
no,
anyway,
honestly, I'm actually. If
know.
I ever do stand up, I'll fucking let this show know for sure. Usually it's a get off of work time constraint, but I already used time constraint as a thing I learned
Yeah.
as a no excuse. So actually, okay, by the end of 2017, I will have at least performed at an open mic. Yeah?
Cool.
Yeah?
I'm there. You let me know. And
I signed up for an open
by the
mic,
end of
though.
2017, I promise to be a heckler.
Oh. No,
At an open mic.
don't do it. Nobody likes hecklers.
Nobody said it was going to be for yours.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Fuck.
Nobody. I'm not saying just for me.
Get over yourself.
Alright, 2017, by the end of 2017, I think I can do it.
I think you can do it too.
We're getting towards the bottom of the label, y'all. If you're following along, please catch up.
Okay, why do you think it's so important for people to keep on learning? And I'll say this. As somebody that's a fan of routine, I like routine. I think it gives, like I said, like I try to make order.
I think
out of
we
chaos.
differ in that way because I like routine in a very rudimentary way, just a very basic way. Because I like the spontaneity and the freestyle aspect of it, but you are definitely a person who's very like, you know what, structure.
Structure is good for me.
Good, yeah, and you have to find out what works for you.
Yeah, I like routine when it comes to the practical thing.
Yep.
But
you're bringing it up. Okay, so why learning? Right?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like I said, as a fan of someone that's like very routine, I'm not a fan of life being routine.
Yes.
There's a difference between.
See, you recognize that.
There's a difference between having a routine, and I mean, we all have routines. We go to work, we sleep, whatever. You know what I mean? But I think that you can have a routine of setting yourself up to be spontaneous.
Sure, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
and you can have a routine so your life isn't routine.
No, definitely.
By exposing yourself to different things and, making it a point to, watch a new movie, read a new book,
always
play a new video game, learn something new. Like, there's always something new to learn. Always.
You should be prepared to be unprepared. And to be prepared to be unprepared, you have to know how to prepare for shit. Like, if you're all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation where you're fucking clueless or whatever, you have to be like, okay, what are the ground rules? Okay, who do I need to know if I don't know how to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Blah, blah, blah. Like,
And
but if you are
always
always at a fucking 5 in terms of life, you're like this, fucking 5. It's just cool seeing it go across the screen. There's a 5 right here. If you're a 5 across your life, then you got to be like, you know what?
If your stats are 5,
yeah.
If you're a video game character,
yeah, if you're a video game character, you're like this.
5.
You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be
You're
like
gonna lose
that.
all the time.
Nobody's gonna fucking pick you, dude. If the cursor automatically falls on you
If
in
you're
your
on
video
character
game,
default, the whole time,
you don't want that.
No.
And
not exciting.
honestly, and if you are that person, then you should understand that you are that person, and then you have to go, you know what, let me reassess. How do I not be this person? How do I not be just coasting and comfortable? Like, because a lot of people are. And there's nothing wrong with being comfortable and coasting. If you're absolutely happy doing that, then that's beautiful. You found how to live your life as a boring person. Good for fucking you. Some people are boring. All right?
Some people are.
But
they don't have to be that way.
I'm not.
I'm not.
You know what I mean? Like, and me and Pat are probably like personality-wise
different,
and just we're different.
We're
absolutely different.
Everything.
The way we think about shit is not the same at all.
No.
But we both recognize that you have to push yourself to do shit, anything. Like you either fucking go hardcore and just be like super rigid and fucking like boom 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 boom. Boom, 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 checklist, all my shit, all my da-da-da. And for me, I'm kind of like, cool, I have a backpack. I can put checklists in here if I ever wanted. Yeah. Boom, that's me. So it's like,
I like lists.
But you have to reflect, look back and be like, I should think about this more. Versus, like, oh man, I'm kind of hungry.
Oh man.
I might go eat here. I don't know. Haven't decided.
Yeah. Like, it's like, oh man, I'm just gonna eat this same cheeseburger. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love cheeseburgers. My lady will attest to that.
Don't you ever talk shit about cheeseburgers. Nobody can ever talk shit about cheeseburgers.
Like, I love it.
Yo, ground beef.
And like sometimes you need people to push you.
Yeah.
Things, like,
and honestly, let those people push you. Like,
it's not a bad thing.
The problem is, like, there will be people who are going to push you, and then sometimes a lot of people are going to be resistant, and they're going to just dig in deeper, and they're just going to dig in deeper and be like, you know what? No. This is how I do things. This is how I do things. And
what's going on with your hands today?
Dude, I'm fucking gesticulating.
Ever since you sang that musical, you're like...
Yeah. I can gesticulate all day. No, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are going to be like, oh, have you ever thought about this? And then some people are very, very, like, stuck in their ways. And they fight for being stuck in their ways. And they be like, no. I know,
no, but you don't understand.
No, I don't like this.
No.
You
don't get it. You know what? I'm like that too, though.
You are, but you listen, though.
I listen, but there's a method to why I do it. Like, you
listen, and also you will also try to give a response to it. You don't just totally dismiss it for no reason. You'd be like, oh, this is the reason why I'm not.
No, it's not. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you, asshole.
Thank you. But I think that people. Okay, look, like, so number one for me was being a dad, and I think that one of the things. The thing that I learned is that you have to keep growing as a person. Like, even if you have a child,
you don't want to show your kid that you're stagnant.
Exactly, and like, like the thing is, I feel like when what we just talked about, like when people say like, oh no, but this, and when they get stuck,
like no fish sauce,
yeah, or like when they get stuck in a routine, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get it.
You said, but this. And I was like, oh, fish sauce.
Is that a racial comment, Brian?
Racial. No. Go ahead. Anyways.
But anyways. So, I feel like when these people get stuck in a routine and they just stop learning and like they just, life becomes more about surviving.
But some people don't know they're in a routine, though. You know
like,
what I mean? So it's kind of like
everyone's waiting for the 1st and the 15th. You know what I mean? And like,
I wait for the 1st and the 15th.
Oh, so do I. Like, but like
sometimes you have to reassess.
But that's part of life.
There's a reason why. Like, okay, if you're in the 1st and the 15th kind of fucking mode, it's like, oh, that's okay. But you should always reassess. Like, okay, boom. Why am I in this role? Why am I doing this? Is this where I'm gonna get to where I'm gonna be? Blah blah blah. Like, but a lot of people are very comfortable with just kind of be like, yo, I'm just trying to get to this paycheck.
But a lot of people's interests die. That's what I guess that's a point that I'm trying to make.
Because I'm okay with a 9 to 5. I'm okay with a 9 to 5. So because I do a lot of shit outside of my
9 to 5, and I'm woke.
Stay woke.
Okay, I'm woke.
Stay woke.
Tower 7, motherfuckers.
9/11 is a lie.
Anyways.
You know what I'm fucking talking about?
Yeah.
Stay woke.
But like, yeah, like, I mean, no one wants to be woken, bro. That's what you said earlier.
That's true. That's true.
Like, but at the same time, it shouldn't stop you from being a better person or like adding different dimensions to your life. So
I'm getting to the bottom. So
I'm getting to the bottom too.
We're gonna start winding it down. I'm gonna go ahead and say one of my throwaways. I've never had weekends up until about 3 years ago. As now I'm 32 in August, and I didn't have weekends up until about 3 years ago. So that was gonna be my last 3 years thing. Enjoy your weekends. Don't take that shit for granted because honestly, having back-to-back days off from even if you do your 9 to 5 grind that you hate, make use of those weekends, man. Like travel outside of your city, travel outside of your area, whatever you can do. Make use. Don't sit at fucking home and just go get brainwashed, and don't like just sit around and do nothing. Go out, even if it's in your own city. Just go to the fucking farmer's market. Go to do something you don't usually do.
See, I agree with that too.
Because like a lot of people like because they work all week and then they go like, you know what? It's the weekend. I'm just gonna sit at home and do nothing.
But see, that's what I do.
Look out the fucking window. Every time you do that, look out the window.
But see,
look at that fucking daylight passing.
But see, that's kind of what I do over the weekends now.
Do nothing?
No, not do nothing, but I sit at home.
No. Well, I mean, like, just but be productive. Just do something.
That's why I watch different shows.
You know.
Read books.
No. Okay, read books, yes. But see,
it's the same thing.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it off air because this is gonna be a whole other shit. Because I think, because you should read books, and you should read books at home too. But it's kind of like if it's like nice outside and you got a city to explore. Yeah, and that's different.
That's different. That's the only difference that I'm saying. Like and this is the only point I'm trying to make.
That's why.
This is the only point I'm trying to make. Is that sometimes there will be times where you're gonna have to stay home.
Yes, and then that's why you have to find shit you can do at home.
Exactly. Like this, I'm doing this at home.
Stay woke.
You can create at home. You
can exercise absolutely. At home. You can absolutely. But you know what? You know how many people like sit at home and all they do is just do nothing, watch TV,
watch RedTube.
Many. You can't RedTube all day. That's how you get hurt, dude.
That's how you go blind.
That's how you go blind and pull something. Anyways.
Well, you're pulling it, yeah.
Sorry.
Anyways, well, I'm like pretty.
We're right at the bottom. If you're following along at home, please be done already because we've been spouting off. Cheers. Thank you for joining us. We're actually going to be back 1 week. 1 week from now.
A couple of weeks, July 15th.
Couple weeks from now. We'll be back soon. Do you have anything else to say?
No, I think, just keep learning, everybody.
Keep learning, everybody. Hope this was an insightful episode. And I just want to wish you people love, peace, and chicken grease.
From home, out in these stars, I might grow old. It looks so warm, but feels so cold. Out in these stars, I'm on my own. You can pull me closer and find me when we're older. I'll be waiting for you. I'm waiting for you. You can dance here with me. Fire out your wings and fly free. Just stick to me. In time you'll see. You'll come alive. You're so